Hi guys, my name is Sean. I'm a houseplant enthusiast from Jakarta, Indonesia. Welcome to today's video where I'm going to be showing you a resort in Bali. Of course, it starts to spring. This is called the Pinkcoco here in Padang Beach in southern part of Bali. It's a very remote area. There's a lot of surfers here, a lot of cute little boutique shops, cafes, and a lot of surf sites. The beaches here aren't really as touristy as some of the other more well-known areas in Bali. But yeah, in today's video I'm going to be specifically giving you a planned tour here in this resort because as you can see, it's a very spectacular resort. So this resort is designed in the Spanish style, and I believe it's got a Spanish owner. And as you can see, this whole space screams pink in color, as the name suggests. And the landscaping is actually very simple, but then it's just so wonderfully done. And I managed to catch one of the gardeners here to talk a little bit about the plant care and the routine and how they manage the plants around the resorts and the rooms. So let's start the tour right here in the entrance. And I'm really loving that sign, lovers come. And that mural there is really quite nice. Here we have some Dracaena, Song of India here. They love to be in full sun. It just rained, by the way. It rained all night long, so everything's a little bit wet. Lovers come, and if you look around the back, it says lovers go. How nice. I really love that drawing as well. And here is the cafe breakfast area, and here is some bougainvilleas. There's some more up there on the balcony, but then these are flowering so profusely. They look so happy. And the gardener said that he got them when they were very young and didn't have flowers, but then this is the result of them growing them out. And they cannot be overwatered. If you overwater them, the flowers will rot. And these guys also, let me see what else did he share. These guys are also relatively pest-free here. And again, they take pretty much a beating of the sun. They take full sun. So this is quite beautiful. They do come in white color as well. And this dramatic pink definitely does add more pink to this resort. They're quite nice. I really want to pick one of these up someday now that I've felt one up close, and the flowers really are quite paper thin. Something tells me that they like to be fertilized quite a bit. And the gardener told me that they actually fertilize the plants here with some kind of a concoction. It comes in granules where they will dissolve in water, because if you put the granules right on the top of the soil, there's a chance that it may rot the plant. So I guess I might start doing that with my worm casting, because I think that's how it's a good way to distribute the worm casting into the soil without having it be too concentrated in the main part of the plant. So here, this is a massive, giant Ficus elastica. Look at how beautiful that is, and I love that little bit of red on the tips. And he shared with me that they bought this plant in 2011, and it's about 4 meters tall, which means that it's only as tall as that roof over there. But look at how big it is now. Oh my God! He said that this is a very, very fast grower. And I guess it must be because it's getting full sun, and also if you have a plant that's already big and established, it's just gonna take right off. And he remembered that when he got the plant, this trunk were only like this small. Look at how fat it's been. And it's actually overtaken its original spot. Let me see. Yeah, I see some pebbles there, so I think it's definitely took over this space. And look at all that root system here. Wow, going under the stairs too. Impressive. And here we have the check-in lobby. Really love the drawing there. It's got the tropical vibes. And there's a bit of Philodendron burle marks here on the table. They make really beautiful table decorations. And also back there. And I did notice that there's a lot of usage of these here in Bali because they're such easy growing plants. They grow really fast and they look really nice in many types of pots. And then there's this massive one here. Look at how big that is. So none of the plants that you see here are going to be rare plants by any means. They're not expensive plants, but then they bring so much value to the space. And look at that pole that it's grabbed onto. So he did tell me that the burle marx has been propagated, and all of the rooms pretty much have them, which is really cool. So we'll see some of the ones that are in the rooms. But they're such a beautiful classic philodendron that don't really take away from the space. Easy to care for, easy to propagate. So yeah, let's head inside. There, look at that architecture. This is so nice. This is an escape from me because I've never really been to Spain or Latin America, but I am very, very drawn to their culture. And yeah, this is as close as I can get for now. Look at how big this leaf is. It's Ficus elastica. Somehow this one's not putting out red new sheath. I wonder if this is because it's not getting as much light as the ones up there, because it's being shielded by the foliage up there. Here's some more Dracaena, Song of India. Look at all the babies it's put out. These are all the pups. Easygoing plants, but they are favorites of scale, so just be mindful of that. And in terms of pest control, they say that over here they do use a little bit of chemical sprays, but he did share with me those coconut trees up there. What they do is that they would put a bag of salt and cut a little bit of hole under the bag and just leave it up on the leaves, because the salt will apparently slowly dissolve with water and then get onto the leaves, especially the new growth, because that's where the pests really love to congregate, and that would really kill them, that would really harm them. So maybe salt is a natural way of pesticides, I'm not sure. But this is a kind of a bird of paradise. They're all over Bali. It's quite beautiful. I don't know if they're native here or not, but when we say bird of paradise, we typically say, typically refer to the Strelitzia, but I think here they apply to many species of this plant. I believe they may be closely related to bananas, and what I really like about them is that they actually sprout everywhere on the ground. These are the babies, and that's actually a baby trying to come out from the ground. So they really take care of themselves. I believe these guys are probably heavy feeders. They like a lot of water and they like a lot of sun. And that's how they thrive. Moving on. Oh, and he did say that for these guys, they flower about twice a year or so. But then, look how pretty this is. But then they're always taking turns with flowering. So there's always gonna be some kind of flower situation with these guys no matter what. So I guess teamwork here is really the key. And back here we have some Schefflera arboricola. Baby leaves. I love looking at baby leaves. And there's a whole bush of them over here. They love full sun, and they're just kind of grown on the ground, tucked away by some rocks here. Oh my god, I really want to take a swim later, I guess. And maybe get a tan. I've got such a crazy tan line. I'm not gonna really go up there because there may be guests around there, but that's a Tomatophyllum bipinidifidum. They love full sun. And that's a little one actually. Maybe it's not getting as much sun as it should, because look at how little light it's getting. And up here, of course, there's a lot of bougainvilleas along the corridors. Oh, I forgot to show you this main corridor here. There's a lot of plants. So bougainville, there's some sansevierias or dracaenas, Song of Indias, and more bougainvilleas. And there's some trailing plants up there. I'm guessing that's probably where the owner is living or something, or as a penthouse suite. But yeah, I really love the simple garden out here. Very, very homey feeling without being overwhelming. Yeah, and they have the same plants here as well. So they don't really have that many varieties, but then it's just not overwhelming here. And there's some more along the edges of that building. So let's continue on along. That's actually my room over there, and I really love the design of this hotel. Beautiful colors, just makes my day. And look at how beautiful this rubber tree is, this Ficus elastica. Look at that burgundy. It's just such a beautiful shade of pink, purples. Oh my goodness. These guys are actually, look at that neon stripe down the middle. These guys are actually very, very beautiful. We often overlook it because we see them everywhere, but this is a plant that is very successful, that is just, it thrives everywhere. You can bring it anywhere and it will live for you. You just need to adjust the care accordingly. They can live indoors. I've seen them grown in lower light too, but they're not happy in that. Look at how massive, look at that one vine, it's just shooting all the way out. This is insane. They really do thrive in this full sun. So yeah, out here we have more of those bird of paradise and so many babies. It's just put out babies after babies here. They really love to be in the ground, and I actually have one of these grown in a pot. It hasn't flowered for me and it's struggled, but maybe because it does need a little bit of room for the roots to spread out and for the pups to spread out. And this is a Sansevieria. And look at all these babies they're putting out as well. So I believe this area, if you look at the sky, it gets just rained on every day. So they also use local potting medium here or some kind of soil, and it's taken from the mountains. And the thing about Bali is that it's a volcanic island, right? So a lot of the growing media here locally is very fertile, and there's probably something in the rainwater and the air as well that makes plants just so happy here. We're gonna see a lot of these in this trip, but look at how beautiful they sway in the wind. Very pretty lines. A lot of paintings are made for these plants, and rightfully so. Oh, let me take some closer look at them. That one's unfurling with a new leaf. It's actually very hard to find ones that are so pristine. Usually they're banged up and there's a lot of splits because when the wind gets to them, they just do that. Oh my god, these guys just, I don't know, they just add so much beauty to the space. And these guys are actually a very inexpensive plant, at least here in Bali, and just thrive here all year round. Moving on down, more Song of India here. I believe these guys are propagated very easily. Just take a stem and like that, just cut it and stick it into soil and it will take off. I've never tried water propagating them, but they do quite well directly into soil. So I have a feeling that these guys don't appreciate water propagation. So yeah, this is just one of the pups that's coming off the pot. Very pretty plant. They also come in the Song of Jamaica variety, which is all green, and it's also very beautiful. But I have a feeling that the all green ones will grow a little bit faster. This is a weird little plant because it's put out these flowers that are very scraggly looking. And more bougainville here. They just look so nice in this space. I also see a lot of bougainvilles around Bali. And one thing that I want to call, oh my god, this looks so pretty right here. You guys, it's such a beautiful garden here. Very nice. Love the water droplets on these guys. I need to not speak as fast, as loud, because these are actually other people's rooms, even though Alright, so sorry, my alarm went off. I always wake up before my alarm, so I don't know even know why I have it on. Guess for insurance purposes, just to make sure that I don't oversleep. But anyways, yeah, so that's really pretty. I love this little bit of garden here. There's an aglaonema there. I don't want to get close because there are people there. That's an aglaonema. And then these are crotons, and we're gonna see a lot of these here in Bali. Some of them I believe are native here to Bali, but they really love them here and they do really well. They love the full sun. Look at the mealybugs. Crotons and mealybugs, they go hand in hand. They're best friends. And they come in so many varieties, so many colors. And that's actually a massive pot of ZZ plants. I see 3 pots here. Let me get up close and personal with one of them. This one's a little bit bleached out, I think, maybe because it's sitting closest to the sun. So they can take full sun, but sometimes when you give them too much light, they can bleach out, but they will grow a little bit faster. Oh my god, actually, these guys are so huge. Look at that. This leaf is massive. My ZZ plants are not this big. Very beautiful, and this is probably an older plant and it's trying to put out a flower here. Look at all the vines that were cut off. Very beautiful. Love that massive pot. Oh my god. I don't know how long it's going to take my ZZ plant to get this size, but I'm also not giving mine enough light, so yeah. And these guys are very thick, very succulent like leaves. I wonder if this is a different variety than the ones we normally see, but they're huge. They're monster sized here. And then look at those, what do you call these, cabanas? It's so nice to just hang out here, I guess. Here are more crotons that are growing upwards. A lot of mealybugs here, I see. But they must be pretty resilient. The fact that they can survive such a crazy mealybug attack. The leaves are just so beautiful. I don't know why crotons are actually very, very underrated. They are a little bit pest prone though, and they really do need more sun than our indoor conditions can give them. So they're really more of a landscape type plant. I see more here as well. Kind of wish they had more varieties of crotons here, but if there's too many of them, I think it will also overwhelm the space quite a bit. So I guess I don't mind it. I think this is the only philodendron. Oh no, sorry, we saw the burle marks earlier. This is the second philodendron we've seen here. So I guess those aroids that we normally have in Jakarta are not as prevalent here. In fact, I probably see more Alocasias here than philodendrons, interestingly. So we're going to do a video on houseplants here. We're going to visit some houseplant collectors to see what their collection looks like. So yeah, I'm interested to see how aroids fare here in Bali. This is a, what do you call this plant? Cordyline. That's the word I'm looking for. This is a cordyline, very, very beautiful. And if you give them full sun, it's going to give you this beautiful foliage. And they are pretty fast growers. This will turn into a tree. Very easy to propagate, very, very affordable plant. So yeah, back to this philodendron. I don't know what species this is, but I think we commonly call them the philodendron marble here. This is one of the more affordable philodendrons, but they're very beautiful. Look at that new leaf it's trying to put out. Very, very sinister looking. It's like veins. Yeah. Okay, this one's trying to unfurl with a new leaf. There's so much beauty in this plant. More Song of India. I guess they're all over the compound here. So let's head up. There's another mansion back there with, I think, 4 rooms. A little bit of a bar action here. Too bad they're not stocked up with liquor. I kind of miss, you know, like the swim up bars. You can just swim up to the bars. I think it's a very 90s concept. And I think there's some things back there and back here, but let me head back here first. Oh, this is such a nice little walk. I see somebody out there sweeping, so I hope I'm not disturbing. We do see another variety of the croton over here. And of course my white balance is all off. Hang on, let me get that right. Because when you have such a pink background, like the camera here is trying to find the right shade of white, but it's now looking purple. So yeah, this is very, very beautiful. It's like a painting, you guys. Look at that. Oh my goodness. The locals here call it puring. I don't know why. It sounds like a cuss. But yeah, this is pretty. Every leaf looks different from one another. Oh, very, very nice. I think we'll see a lot more of these later in my nursery tours. I'm spoiling so many videos for you. I'm going to be doing a lot of contents here. And I do see a lot of these variegated agaves here. There's some alocasias, and somehow they're not doing so well here, I guess. I'm guessing, if I can guess, it's due to the fact that it's not getting enough light. These guys actually do like to be in full sun, and they really thrive in full sun. I guess back there it's not really open to public. There's some bamboos, but yeah, it's probably the spa area. Let me head back out here. Thank you guys so much, by the way, for coming along with me. I hope that you guys are enjoying these sites. And we are mostly locked down in our homes right now, so I really am grateful to be here. Of course, I'm observing all kinds of safety measures by number 1, traveling alone, number 2, keeping away from other people and crowded areas, and always just messed up when I'm outside. So yeah, and here are more of the bougainville. They can turn into a tree And this actually looks a little bit like a bonsai, if you ask me. It's like somebody give it a cool little haircut. So this is a plant that you may actually won't need to prune very often. So back here, there's a little courtyard situation, and I believe this should be the last area of our tour before we move on to other things. And there's some ferns back there, some burle marks, and I'm quite surprised that they can take, let me get up close and personal with them. I'm surprised that they can take full sun because the sun would be coming up from right above them. This is quite surprising for me. For plants, you can actually train them so that they can take different conditions, but you do have to water them according to the conditions that they were given. So the last thing I want to show you is this cool statues here. Look at these two little piggies. Hello. They look so angry. And then over here, there are some statues of some ladies doing yoga. And over there doing a, what do you call that? Not a downward dog, I can't remember what pose that is. But yeah, thank you so much for coming along with me in this video. I'm at Botanist on Instagram. Please do follow me if you want to look at some of my adventures around plants. And if you want to ask me about plant care and propagations, I'll try my best to get back to you. Meanwhile, do take care and stay safe. I will see you in the next video. Bye.